we're all sort of just along for the ride. Like there is like an inception, but like everything is sort of informed by what came before. So like when I get a riff, I hear the riff and I hear what immediately like what I should be doing to it, and then I send it back, and then it sort of just spirals. So like we didn't really have like a concept for it. It sort of like revealed itself. Hello.
Welcome to the Dreams of Consciousness podcast. If the three of you would be so kind, would you mind introducing yourselves?
My name is James.
I'm Soell.
I'm Patrick. And together we are
Desiccation.
And listeners might know Desiccation from a track that I put on a compilation a couple of weeks ago. I'm curious, how would you guys describe the music that you make? What is Desiccation?
How would you describe it?
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Well, Patrick and I here just wanted to have a band where things sounded like you were watching a movie. That's kind of the basis of it. Is so atmospheric and
May I suggest cinematic? Is cinematic what you're getting at?
cinematic, atmospheric, and yeah, lots of tension and lots of layers.
Soell, do you want to add to that?
I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I guess people call it atmospheric black metal also, right?
Patrick? Cinematic, atmospheric black metal?
Sure. Yeah, loud. There's some quiet parts, a lot of loud parts, screaming, metal, all of those tags.
Do you feel like your cinematic, atmospheric black metal also has a lot of somber and doomy parts?
Yeah.
It goes there a bit, yeah. Yes.
Can you guys tell me a little bit about the origins of the band? What brought you together? And what were your intentions when you first formed?
Well, what brought us together is kind of a small music scene here in the greater Sacramento area. And we kind of have been in each other's circles of bands and music for years anyways, so it was only a matter of time until we kind of connected to collaborate with one another. And I think it was like COVID lockdowns or something like that where we started sending each other ideas back and forth and stuff, and that's kind of how the band began, this project began. But I met Patrick in another band called Acoria that I play in. That's like a post-metal band, and he was introduced to me by one of my bandmates in that band to help us finish doing a DIY record that we were trying to make, and that was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago now. So that's kind of where the band came from.
So, Patrick, do you want to add anything to the origins of the band or the intentions when you guys came together? Was it always your goal to make this kind of cinematic black metal, doomy black metal music?
No, yeah, it was just COVID lockdowns and trying to stay busy during COVID and all that stuff. And, when bands have downtime and you get itchy fingers, you just want to keep doing stuff. And James had these riffs, so he would send stuff to me and I would do some stuff and send it back to him. And then we'd go, oh, that actually sounds pretty cool. We should maybe try to do a thing with this. But yeah, that's pretty much the origin, I think, of the band. Obviously, we needed a vocalist, and Soell made sense because she's got an amazing voice and an amazing presence, and she's also hitched up with James here in the same household, so it was very easy to enter into. We're also we've been in bands for years, so band dynamics kind of suck. You start fighting with people or whatever, and then eventually you're just less people, less problems. And it being just me and James to start with, it was pretty nice to be just two people. That's a lot less problems. And then and introducing Soell into the project made a lot of sense because it'd be even less problems. So yeah, I don't remember what the second half of the question was, but
yeah, the goal of this project for sure was just the path of least resistance with everything, and just kind of let each other do what we think sounds good and sounds cool, and try to give constructive criticism as gently as possible. But it's kind of just been super fucking easy to just make music with one another. It's been not a lot of resistance at all. It's nice.
When you guys were trading riffs back and forth, was it already heading in this atmospheric black metal direction? Or is that something that progressed over time?
I think it just sort of organically happened. James would come up with a riff that sort of led me to a space, and then I would send it back to him, which kind of led him to a certain space. So, yeah, I don't know if there was any real blueprint to start with. It was just sort of trading stuff back and forth, and if it made sense and it sounded cool, just go with it, you know? So there was really no sort of guidelines or like restrictions. We just sort of did whatever felt right.
I was kind of writing riffs that were faster to just like satisfy my cravings for something a little faster paced than the like post-metal, post-rock vibes. So I was like messing around with a bunch of like crazier, faster tempoed stuff. Tremolo picked riffs, black metal riffs and stuff.
So, at what point do your vocals come in? Do you wait until the guys are done arranging?
Yeah, I kind of let them start the songs and get the main structure down, and then I just sort of come in and add my vocals.
Are you guys still writing and arranging songs this way, trading files back and forth, or I mean,
Yeah.
right now as I'm speaking to you guys, you're in a rehearsal space. Is there a bit of jamming nowadays? Now that we're out of the COVID lockdown period?
Yeah, we've definitely played a handful of shows all together, like over the last couple 2 or 3 years or whatever. We've played, I don't know, maybe a half dozen shows or something like that. And yeah, we were actually our good friend Carl, who's on the record, is going to be leaving in a few months for like the rest of the year to travel. And so we were kind of getting together just to do some ambient stuff. We were going to do like a last minute set at some friends' 5-year anniversary party of their business, their tattoo shop, on this Sunday. So we were just kind of getting together to work on some stuff for that. Not necessarily like a band set, but just kind of improvising and coming up with atmospheric material to play.
Do you guys demo stuff in a DAW like Pro Tools or something like that? Ableton? One of those?
None of those.
For the ambient set or just in general?
Just in general. As part of your songwriting process?
Yeah, I mean, I use Cubase. I'm not affiliated or sponsored by Cubase, but that's the program that I use.
Yeah, I use Reaper at my house, and that's kind of just, I don't know, I'll use whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever gets the job done.
Yeah. Patrick, do you put in temp drums? Like program drums before you put in your live drums?
Yeah, we kind of try to keep it in like a flexible state. So, you know, we're sort of writing the songs and writing the record as we're going through it. So everything sort of stays in like a sort of a placeholder, like this is an idea, but I don't know if this is going to be like the thing until we all hear it and agree upon it. And then, yeah, you'll go through and do the final version once everyone sort of agrees with the tempos and all of that stuff. So, yeah.
So this started off as a COVID project to keep you guys busy. What led you to continue it?
It's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun, and it's like I said, there's not a lot of resistance. It kind of just is pretty organic and pretty easygoing.
We like each other. We like playing music together.
Okay. At the time we're having this conversation, we're a few hours away from the release of your second album, which is called Legatum Mortuorum. Is that close? Is that right? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, yeah.
Which will be coming out through Carbonized Records. Tell me a little bit about this album. What were your intentions for this?
Well, the intentions were to have it feel like it was one song, I guess. That was like the first thing we talked about, was wanting to just make an album that kind of felt like it just everything kind of just blended together. And there was no concepts, I don't think, really, other than wanting to make it atmospheric and haunting and add a lot of synths and layers to it. That was definitely all discussed from the get-go. And then the collaborations that came on the album came later, like near the end. We spent quite a while on this second one. The first album came out in 2022, which I think those songs, I think we finished and released all that stuff within like a year or something of the conception. And then this one's definitely, we've taken our time and just kind of chilled and been patient with the creation of it. And the collaborations kind of came later. And then the way that it was released with Carbonized was kind of cool, because it was with our friend that helped us collaborate on it, that is good friends and plays in bands with the person that runs that label, Chad, that runs that label.
Yeah. Patrick, Soell, do you want to say anything about the creation of the second album?
Well, do you want to say anything?
I mean, I kind of feel like I'm just along for the ride in this band a little bit. So these guys do most of the work and I just sing a little.
I mean, I think we're all sort of just along for the ride. Like, there is like an inception, but like everything is sort of informed by what came before. So like when I get a riff, I hear the riff and I hear what immediately, like what I should be doing to it. And then I send it back and then it sort of just spirals. So like we didn't really have like a concept for it. It sort of like revealed itself as things sort of like came through. I mean, obviously James said, we would like it to be one song or feel like it's a one song or a journey or something like that. But like, yeah, a lot of the music sort of just try to keep it as organic as possible, because we've probably all been in bands that try to force this or that into the equation, and you eventually start to go like, oh yeah, that still sounds weird as hell. Like, why did we try to do that?
Mm-hmm.
So we try to keep it as fluid and organic and natural as possible, because it just sort of feels right like that.
James, you said something about the synths and the atmospheric parts. Do you feel like there's more emphasis on that this time around?
Yes, definitely. And intentionally also.
Well, why intentionally?
Oh, just because we were talking so much about our love for like John Carpenter movies and 80s horror movies and just music from movies and scores and stuff like that. We just wanted to make something that had all those vibes in there. And we're still, I think we're still just trying to drive down that road further, because I still don't think we're quite there yet. I think we got more sick shit to make. that sounds cool.
More synths, louder synths.
More synths, more guitars, more blast beats.
I mean, we'll get to this when we talk about the production and the mixing of the album. But is there a give and take when you put more emphasis on the synths and the atmospheric parts? Does that mean that the guitars drop more into the background?
I mean, a little bit, I guess. Kind of.
Yeah, well, there's definitely, as the process goes on, I definitely found that as I would start to vomit all over the song, I had to sort of remember how the song originally came in, and it was a guitar riff that sounded pretty sick, so I should try to make sure that that's still highlighted. So at the end of it, the mixing stage of things, there's definitely a very fine line of balance of trying to like be like, okay, all of this sounds sick, but like, how do we present it in a way that makes sense and does the song itself, the original idea, justice? Does that make sense?
Soell, do you want to say anything about the lyrical concepts for this album? James mentioned that this you guys wanted this to be like a one long song. Is there a through line through the songs? Is there an overall concept?
I feel like in this project in general, there's kind of an overarching theme of finding a ray of light in the darkness, finding a little shred of hope to hold on to. So, yeah, that informs a lot of my lyric writing.
Okay. And as far as the album title, Legacy of Death, does the album title reflect looking for light in the darkness?
I mean,
Somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we think about it that hard.
Okay. Fair enough. So you mentioned one of the guests that you have on the album. Do you want to say who stops by and what their contributions were?
Carl Quartz contributed vocals and guitar on, I don't have the track names in front of me right now.
It's okay.
Can't remember the order of things, but
Yeah.
And Alex Militic from Vile Rights contributed a lead on the title track. And let's see, was there anything else? Or yeah, there's another contribution of our artist friend who drew our logo, who made an audio sigil that Patrick then wizarded into weird noises that you can hear when you listen to the album.
So yeah, I'm very curious about this. What is an audio sigil?
Well, it's a sigil that there's a way that you can import a picture and turn it into an audio file so that when you look at a spectrogram while it's playing, it'll actually reproduce the image. People like Venetian Snares and Aphex Twin have used it. A few other artists, but yeah, we used that for the end of the record. We had the sigil created. I turned it into an audio file, and it probably just sounds like someone trying to dial up to the internet.
Right. That's what I was going to say. It's like if you picked up the phone while you're downloading a picture.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. But if you look at it through a spectrogram, it'll play and you'll see the sigil.
So is this throughout the album, or is it a specific part of one song?
It's at the end of the record, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's at the end of the record.
I see. Okay. So we touched on this a little bit, but Patrick, you handled the production of this album yourself.
Yes.
Do you have your own studio?
I do have a studio here in Sacramento, yeah.
Okay. Is that where you guys record?
We are standing in the live room of Patrick's studio right now.
Okay, great. Production wise, we touched on this a little bit as far as the synths being more upfront, but can you tell me anything else about your approach to the album? Did you track live? Did you?
I tracked all the guitars myself at my house with my home studio, and I believe we tracked all the vocals there too. And we reamped guitars down here at his studio. Patrick recorded drums and bass and synthesizers here in his studio. And yeah, that was kind of the production. We both kind of do a little bit of or I do a little bit. He does most of it, but I do the like guitar tracking and vocal tracking and send him stems and stuff to save gas and time and all that kind of stuff.
Sure. Patrick, do you use a fretless bass?
On the first record, there's quite a bit of fretless bass. I can't remember if there's fretless bass on the second record, but yeah, there's definitely a fair amount of fretless bass on the first record.
Mm-hmm. And some cello. Pat plays all sorts of stuff. He's pretty amazing.
Oh. I'll have to contest that, but we'll talk about that later.
Soell, do you double track your vocals?
Do I double track my vocals?
Yeah. Do you record 2 vocal tracks?
You do double track some vocals. Yes.
Yes.
You do? Okay. Interesting. I've been asking bands this.
A lot of it is sort of like done on the fly, like so quickly that like even if you ask me like a specific synth, like what did you use on this synth, I would have no idea.
And we were like I said, super patient with the amount of time that went into it, and I can't tell you when things happened because it's been a few years now of just kind of working on it and chilling.
Yeah. Back to the vocals just for 1 second. I'm curious, Patrick and Soell, why do you double track the vocals?
Why do we double track the vocals?
It just sounds cool.
Okay.
You know, you just want to try to make it sound cool.
I think we just want to layer everything like over and over and kind of make it sound as wide as possible and weird and good.
Is it always 2 tracks for the vocals?
No.
Yeah, it's definitely like a case by case thing.
Yeah, case by case. There's lots of bits that are just one vocal and then parts where they're layered on top of each other.
And Patrick, you handled this all the way to the master, right?
Yes, yeah.
What did you want the finished sound to be? What did you want the listeners to experience from this?
Probably just kind of what James was saying, like, you know, like it's a journey you put on the record and you just listen to it all the way to finish. We definitely didn't, you know, like there's a lot of bands these days who put out singles and like try to just put out a bunch of like one song things. And I've always enjoyed listening to records like front to back. So that's sort of how I've tried to approach projects, is like give the listener an experience, you know, and don't give them a reason to like change the record. So yeah, that's really the only thing that I thought about. Everything else was sort of informed by like the music. You know, if I can't hear the riff, that's super rad. I need to turn some stuff down so I can hear the riff. That's super rad. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of thought besides that. Just sort of presenting it in a way that doesn't hurt your ears and makes you want to keep listening to it, really.
You guys mentioned playing live. With you handling multiple instruments on the records, how does that work out for the live shows? Do you have a session basis that you work with, or bring in additional musicians?
Patrick was playing bass live, and we were having another friend of ours fill in drums.
Yeah, do you know any drummers?
I know several, but they are also in multiple bands.
Well, tell them to hit
as a drummer should be.
I mean, you know one of the best. You're the guy who owns your record label is one of the best, right?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Yes. Can confirmed.
So is it like a show by show basis?
Pretty much this project. Yeah, we all play in like other bands that actually do stuff from more regularly, and so this has kind of just been like a background kind of side project. Just shows and touring has just not really been the focus. It's been making records, and that's kind of the way we like it.
Okay. Do you have, I mean, with the album coming out very soon, do you have any plans for release shows or maybe some dates around the area?
Honestly, not really right now. Life is just so fucking crazy and like stressful for everybody that we're just trying to like stay afloat and be responsible adults and stuff like that. So we got families and shit, so it's like priority. But
I think we would like to play some shows.
yeah,
The interest is there.
The interest is there for sure, but I mean, yeah, we just have a lot of responsibility.
Okay. So, by the time people hear this episode or watch it on YouTube, Legatum Mortuorum will be out through Carbonized Records.
Triple platinum, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Hell yeah.
James, Soell, and Patrick, please tell everyone listening to this or watching it on YouTube how they can order the new album. What's the best way to get it?
You can order it from Carbonized Records. There's also some sweet merch. And yeah, it's on all formats there on Carbonized Records, Bandcamp, or merch table. Or, yeah, maybe we'll surprise you guys with some shows and you can buy some stuff off our merch table.
For all the record collectors out there, do you want to say anything about the LP version that Carbonized is putting out?
We just wanted a plain ass vinyl record. So it's
Classic vinyl.
It's just black vinyl, nothing fancy.
For the audiophiles, black sounds best.
Also, the artists who contributed like to the album cover are awesome. that was cool getting art made specifically for music that we wrote this time around. I think most of the time we're just like DIYing everything and like taking photos for album covers and stuff like that. So it was fun to seek out a cool artist that actually liked the vibe of everything. Like everybody we've worked with this project has been into what we're doing. And if they're not, we're just like not going to do it. So it's been everything about it, the art, the label, everybody's special and held in high regard for what we're doing here.
Well, what are the names of the artists that you worked with?
MFAX2 is what he goes by, that did the album cover. He's an Indonesian artist that does just pen and ink line work. And the inside artwork is our dear friends, Steven and Miranda Blyle Cabal. Steven drew the interior design of the album. And then the band logos, our friend Raul, View from the Coffin, and he contributed the audio sigil on the record as well.
So if people want to follow the band online or get updates on shows, or if any drummers want to contact you guys, what's the best way to reach you?
I think just Instagram.
Yeah, slide.
Hit me on my pager.
Yeah.
And what is the Instagram? It's Desiccation 666.
Desiccation 666 on Instagram.
Slide.
That's kind of like, we don't use social media that often, really.
But we will write you back if you do.
We'll check that Instagram. That's about it.
It was really nice talking to you guys. Is there anything else you want to say? Either about the album or the band or anything else?
Thank you for the time for doing this and the thoughtful questions and everything. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having us. I hope people like the album.
Patrick, final thoughts?
No, I echo all of these sentiments. Appreciate the thoughtful questions. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.